Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here, and welcome to Fox Valley Predictions. I know it's week 4, and I know that I totally missed the first 3 weeks, but this is my page. I get to do what I want. I don't care what any of you say. Okay. All right. So we have 5 matchups as we always do for the Fox Valley Conference because there are 9 teams in conference, so there has to be 5 games. The first game is going to be Crystal Lake Central versus Kankakee, the only crossover for this week. And in my opinion, this is going to be a shit fest of a game because both teams, in my opinion, suck. And I think that Kankakee is going to beat Crystal Lake Central and leave Central winless, okay? So that is the only time I'm going to pick against the Fox Valley this week. So, oh, that's pretty crazy. Next game is Hampshire against Crystal Lake South. Hampshire is winless, and Crystal Lake South is 1-2. Well, you know what? Hampshire is going to be the second winless team, or the second team in the conference that's going to remain winless because South, in my opinion, they may be 1-2, but their record doesn't tell the entire story. Obviously, they had single-digit losses to some very good teams, including Cary Grove and DeKalb, and so I think South will beat Hampshire, and it won't be a close game whatsoever. This is going to be South's opportunity to come back and actually get their record at least to 500, and in the next couple of weeks, they'll get it above 500. Next matchup is Prairie Ridge against Dundee Crown. Prairie Ridge, obviously the defending state champions, but their 28-0 record from last year and their 30-game winning streak was snapped last week versus Huntley on a last-second touchdown. I feel like Prairie Ridge is going to beat Dundee Crown. That's not going to be a question. Both teams are 2-1, but Dundee Crown just came off a very devastating loss to the Golden Eagles of Jacobs. So, speaking of the Golden Eagles, the next game is Jacobs versus McHenry, okay? Now, this is going to be a very easy pick because if McHenry somehow loses to Dundee Crown, then that is a very embarrassing thing. And I like Dundee Crown. I like Dundee Crown, but let's all be honest, they're not a good football team. So I'm gonna pick Jacobs over McHenry. And finally, we have the game of the week. And it's going to be Cary Grove that is going to be traveling to Huntley. Now, this is going to be the second year in a row that Cary Grove travels to Huntley. And to be honest, this is going to be a very good game. Historically, by meaning historically, probably the past 3 years, Cary Grove hasn't played very well on Huntley's turf. Obviously, they had that 29-8 embarrassment to Huntley when they lost to Huntley for the first time ever, and then they obviously lost to Huntley last year on their home turf, and they almost lost to Huntley in 2013, and one touchdown pretty much saved Cary Grove. So if some of these facts that I told you doesn't really tell you how hard it is to play at Huntley, then I don't know what does. But this is the game of the week. This is, in my opinion, the game that's going to be determining the conference champion. Now, like I said earlier, this is going to be a very tough, or I don't know if I said this earlier, but this is a very tough conference. I think there are 4 teams who can possibly come out on top, including Cary Grove, Huntley, Prairie Ridge, and Crystal Lake South. I think for this game, it's going to be the game that determines the conference champion because both teams are still undefeated. They're the only 2 undefeated teams left in conference. However, I know that Huntley is a very tough field to play on, but Cary Grove is going to want revenge from what happened last year because not only did Cary Grove lose to Huntley, but Huntley also injured Danny Daigle, and I'm pretty sure he's going to come out there and he's going to make Huntley pay for what they've done to him the past year. So I'm picking Cary Grove in an upset, and I say an upset because, again, Huntley is a very tough stadium to play in, and Huntley just knocked off the defending state champions with Prairie Ridge. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.